Let's go back to 1999. Movie theater goers were asked if they wanted to take the red pill or the blue pill, as Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, and Carrie-Anne Moss invited us into the world of The Matrix.
And over 20 years later, 2 decades, it's time to return to that world with the new movie, The Matrix Resurrection.
Our movie critic, Paul McGuire-Grimes, got the chance to talk to the stars.
I remember this.
The original movie was just so revolutionary. What memories do you have of seeing the trilogy, and how do you think that it changed the industry?
I think the Matrix movie shifted pop culture as we knew it. And we were at the precipice of, you know, Y2K and 2000 and that time where technology was like exciting and scary at the same time.
But some part of you knew that was a lie. Some part of you remembered what was real.
What was the balance for you of making this your version of Morpheus versus kind of keeping it consistent with what Lawrence Fishburne had done?
I had no responsibility to keep it consistent with what Lawrence Fishburne had done, which meant that I had freedom. You know, now as an actor, I did and do respect that performance, and you know, I think take every opportunity to make sure that performance is honored and that I kept the integrity.
Your character of Bugs has no shortage of action sequences. So what was that training process like for all the fight choreography and all the special effects? And is it different because this is a Matrix movie?
Part of it is just getting back into shape and getting my stamina and endurance up. I knew that Lana doesn't like cutting, and she likes very long running takes, and so I knew that primarily I would be doing the entire fight top to bottom, rather than on other shows where they shoot it for the action and you go in and you punch in, like, get this section here, you kind of break it up. With Lana, I knew I had to just be able to go for like 20 minutes.
I still know Kung Fu. Whoa.
Oh my gosh, people have been waiting for that movie. So coming up during Twin Cities Live at 4, Paul's going to join us with his review of The Matrix Resurrections. You're going to find out if it is worth seeing this weekend. Okay.
Welcome back. Earlier in the show, we heard from the stars of the new movie, The Matrix Resurrection.
Yes, we did. And joining us over Zoom from the website, Paul's Trip to the Movies, is Paul McGuire-Grimes. He's got his review. Hello, Paulie. Oh, you're looking festive today, too. Look at you two.
Thank you.
You should go meet for a drink or something, you little festive fellows. That's so nice.
The only thing is, he's got it tailored where his buttons, mine, my buttons are begging for some extra time here.
You're looking good.
Oh, rookie, I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, good.
All right, so Paul, let's talk about The Matrix Resurrections. It was fun to see your interviews. It's in theaters and on HBO Max. Are people loving this movie?
I really hope they do. I mean, I think that critics overall are pretty excited about it and are loving it, and I had a blast with it. It's great to just see Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss back in these iconic roles. But then, like, when you see them, like, kind of try to figure out what the story is, it's really stunning. What Lana Wachowski, she is the writer and director of this. She is such a visionary, and you get this, like, meta sense. I mean, they talk about reboot culture, they talk about Warner Brothers, and we see versions of these beloved characters in kind of a new and different way than before, and you just feel right back in place again.
Ticket stubs, sir. How many?
So 4 out of 5 ticket stubs. Just experience it. Let it grab hold of you. Don't try to make sense of it, or else you'll be confused.
Okay, don't try to. So many things in life. You should just take that advice.
Just a movie.
Okay, Paul has 2 more movies to discuss today. Here's his conversation with the team behind Licorice Pizza.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Do you know who my girlfriend is?
Barbra Streisand?
Barbra Streisand.
Sand.
Sand, yeah, like sands, like the ocean, like beaches.
Barbra Streisand?
No, like Streisand.
Sand.
As you can tell, I'm a big fan of Paul Thomas Anderson's work, and you were so great in this film. So thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm so happy to be here. I love it so much.
So how'd you become such a hotshot actor?
I'm a showman. That's what I'm meant to do.
Your character is certainly going through some sort of kind of arrested development. She doesn't quite want to grow up yet. And I'm curious, what do you turn to if you're ever just feeling nostalgic or needing to go back to your own childhood?
Oh, where do I go? I mean, what do? I usually just go to Canner's Deli in Los Angeles. That's pretty much where all of this. I mean, I had my first gig with my family band at Canner's Deli, and that was like our family deli.
Your family is in the movie.
Yes.
Did they, did you ask them, was that Paul's idea? Were they really receptive of doing it?
Paul's idea. I did not want my family to be in it. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it was totally all Paul's idea. I mean, we had talked about it, and he said, like, who are we going to cast to be your family other than your family? And I very much agreed with him.
What does the title Licorice Pizza mean to you? Whether or not, outside of maybe what it really means or what was discussed on set.
Right. I mean, when I heard the title Licorice Pizza, I obviously knew what the origins of it. It was a record store from the San Fernando Valley that was very popular in the 70s. But I guess if we go into deeper meaning, I mean, licorice and pizza don't really go together. But when you kind of put them together, maybe they'll be good. I think it's kind of like two unlikely people coming together.
Okay, that's a nice description of that. So Paul, Bradley Cooper, Sean Penn, Maya Rudolph, big names. Is this a good movie?
I had a lot of fun with it. Now, I love Paul Thomas Anderson's work. I mean, Boogie Nights, Magnolia, There Will Be Blood. And this is by far on the lighter, goofier end of this. You have these two characters. That's Alana Haim and then Cooper Hoffman. He's the son of Philip Seymour Hoffman. Oh. And they both are just so natural on screen. And the movie has just kind of this zany quality. I didn't really know where it was going to go next, which I kind of dug. And then Bradley Cooper has a small role as film producer John Peters. And he's completely unhinged, super naughty, and a really just memorable performance in this movie.
Okay, how many ticket stubs?
So 4 out of 5 ticket stubs for Licorice Pizza. It's now in theaters.
That's a lot of ticket stubs.
Yeah,
okay. All right, next up, Paul talked to one more cast of 2021 for the Apple TV movie Swan Song.
The second you tell your wife that you are dying, your opportunity to do this is gone. You want to go say hi?
Now, we get to see so many of Cameron's memories and just cherished times. I'm wondering if you're making a story like that, then do you then start to think about your own past and the choices that you make in the present?
I think every good story, every great script makes people and should make people go and think about their own lives, But I think what differentiates, say, actors or performers from the lay person or from audiences is that responsibility to let yourself go.
So he has everything?
Even the memories you store deep in your subconscious. Do this with us and let life go on for your family.
This is your first feature film debut. Describe the reaction you must have had when you found out that Mahershala Ali and Glenn Close and Naomi Harris and Awkwafina were going to be in your movie.
I know, it's still a little bit of a pinch yourself kind of thing for me. When I found out that Mahershala had read the script and loved it and wanted to meet, I was blown away. And then, I was so close to the material, so close to writing it, that I was kind of lost objectivity and I didn't know, the emotions weren't hitting me. When I read it with him in mind, with his beautiful, soulful voice, the script was completely alive again. I met Mahershala the next day. We had one of those incredible couple-hour conversations. I just knew I was sitting across from someone so special that could do amazing things in the role. And yeah, I can't wait for the world to see what he's done here.
That looks good, huh?
That looks pretty good.
Okay, Paul, what do you think? It looks so intense. I'm intrigued.
It's intense in the kind of thought-provoking manner. It's not intense in terms of lots of action or high drama, but it gets you thinking. And if you go in with a really open mind about science and technology and what would you do if cloning were an opportunity, when you were facing your own mortality, that's the kind of way to go into it. This. And Mahershala Ali, you may know him from Moonlight and Green Book.
He's amazing.
Another just soulful performance. And he just captures so much emotion and weight behind his eyes that he just says so much without all this dialogue that may have gotten in his way. And he's just phenomenal in this.
I just want to go on the record that if the opportunity came to clone myself, I would say absolutely no. And absolutely not. I would be terrified of a cloned version of me. I can't even handle being around myself all the time, much less a cloned version of myself.
One Elizabeth and there's one Rookie.
Oh, and that is the way the world needs it. Okay, so Paul, how many ticket stubs for this one? Wow, another 4
out of 5 for Swan Song. It's on Apple TV Plus right now, and I think you'll really enjoy it.
Awesome. Great to see you, Paul. We've got updates
Thanks,
on
Paul.
movies and streaming services through Paul on his website, paulstriptothemovies.com. Visit one of Muska Lighting's showrooms in Roseville or Eden Prairie. They're ready and waiting to help you find the best fit for you. And they're just the sweetest people, and they want to wish everyone a safe and happy holiday celebration.
Great family.
Thanks to Muska Lighting for sponsoring TCL's movie trip. Replace old and dated fixtures with a new light and change the look and feel of your home. Our mudroom fixture from Muska Lighting is a total showstopper. We get compliments from everyone who walks through the door. Talk to the experts at Muska Lighting in Roseville and Eden Prairie for help finding the perfect light for you.